Let me be fully transparent first. I would love to see Caitlin Clark participate in Unrivaled for selfish reasons. More content, more enjoyment of the product, those sort of things. And I want the league to have success. And what I see a lot out there, especially with this news, this report that Unrivaled is going to pursue Caitlin Clark, even though we had thought Clark was not playing any basketball in the offseason, is from both ends of the spectrum, people are saying counterproductive things. Like Caitlin Clark fans are saying, oh, she shouldn't play in the league. We don't want to see her play in Unrivaled. Why? Don't you want to watch her play basketball? Are we that petty to hold a grudge against, by the way, not the players who, it's not like Napheesa Collier has gone out of her way to slight Caitlin Clark. Brianna Stewart may have thrown a couple of jabs here and there, but nothing like outrageous, regular, nothing that's unforgivable or anything like that. And then on the other side of the coin, you've got we're sick of Clark fans and we don't want them in Unrivaled. Give us a break. Well, would you like the league to succeed or not? That's a question I would ask. Would you like Unrivaled to succeed? Are you rooting for it to succeed? Obviously, they got the TNT deal, and TNT got equity in the product, so they're going to want it to do well. TNT lost the NBA. Maybe they see this as a possible boom, but of course they would be interested in Caitlin Clark if they could get her. I mean, you see some of the text in the front office sports report, like this one. In an interview with Front Office Sports, Levy openly fantasized about what adding Clark would mean for the nascent league. Yeah, we know what it would mean. Success. It ain't, it ain't hard to tell. We all know what it would mean. Unrivaled would be a guaranteed success if Caitlin Clark was a part of it. We have seen the receipts. We know what that means. Then there was, another section from that same report. Clark moves the TV needle for her sport more than any athlete since Tiger Woods. Adding her ratings power would be a huge boon to TNT, which could lose NBA game rights after the season. Yeah, they're losing. That's done. They've lost the NBA. So, couple things. Clark is obviously worth more than any other individual player from what she can bring. So, does she get more of that pie? We'll see. Does she want to do it? She doesn't have to. She clearly doesn't need it from a financial standpoint. But she has always been about the growth of the game. She has always been about the, promotion of the other women and has paid that respect. So maybe she has the itch to play and she would like to see it succeed. Now, you would hope as part of that, some of the bad faith arguments against her would cease. But you're not getting that from Napheesa Collier, who was on Run It Back and had this to say when asked about Caitlin Clark. Who had this to say when asked about Caitlin Clark and possibly coming to the league.
The woman she's battling it out with right now, they actually founded Unrivaled together, a 3-on-3 league. Hey, congratulations on the TNT deal. That is huge.
Amazing,
That'll be fun to be able to watch. Well done. And what is it like for people that are not familiar with what this is going to be? How is it 3-on-3? How is it going to be so different from what we're watching now? Other than the sheer number of players on the court, I don't want to hear their smart asses. Okay.
Yeah. So it's actually 3-on-3 full court. So it's about 2/3 the size of a regular court. So you still have that up and down game, but there's just more space. Our game, I think, has been compared to like the NBA of the 80s where it's so paint heavy and bogged down. So this really gives us a chance to kind of spread out, and the premise is the best 30 players in the world. So you're going to see top talent being able to really show their skill set every night because there's more room. It's the same width as a normal court. I think just the skill set that you're going to be able to see is going to be so fun. Super heavy content based. Everyone in the league has equity. We're really trying to grow the game. We have the highest average salary in women's sports, which we're really excited to offer.
Wow.
So just all around, I'm so excited for people to see it because there's even more than people know.
Well done.
That's incredible.
So 26 of the 30 players have been announced. When can we expect to hear the final four? Do we have any hints of who it could be? What we got?
I think we might have a couple more rookies in there. That might be a hint.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when the rollouts are. I've kind of pulled back since the playoffs with that side. So I find out when you guys find out which player is getting announced that day. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, Caitlin Clark already said that she's not going to be playing any offseason basketball. I'm assuming that you guys made a kind of a push for her to play in this. How were those talks? Did you guys offer her a bag to come join you guys?
Yeah, well, I feel like it's just so crazy because the growth that Caitlin has brought to the game, the sheer amount of money that she's making these teams, people are having to move their venues for when she comes to play, and she's getting paid like $75,000 a year. So definitely, we want to be a part of that change, and that's what we're doing. We're obviously, I think she deserves that. I think she should be one of the top players in the world just for the sheer numbers that she's bringing. So I think that's something that needs to change, and that's what we're trying to do.
So there you go. So Napheesa Collier with nothing but kind words for Caitlin Clark. And again, this doesn't seem that hard to me. I get it. Some fans have resentment, and I get it. Some fans on the other side, well, there's resentment all around, right? Like there's Clark fans who have resentment for the way she's been treated. Then there are the other fans who have resentment for the way the Clark fans have behaved or whatever the case may be. It is good for everybody involved if Caitlin Clark participates. Other than Caitlin Clark, that's her prerogative. They need her more than she needs them. So that would be her own decision, and she can make whatever decision she pleases. But I just don't understand fans of any sort being against this because, one, it's better for all of us to get to watch Caitlin Clark play. You just heard Napheesa talk about it, open court, flexing her style against the other best players in the world. Who wouldn't want that in the offseason? The WNBA offseason is long. We just started it. And she'd still get a long offseason if she was playing in Unrivaled. Two, it would boost Unrivaled. And all these other women would get paid. Eventually, it paid forward with equity stake. It would raise the profile of other stars in the league, as we've already seen. Like, how many people know more about Napheesa Collier now than last year? A lot. Like, this is not a complex equation. So I who knows if it's going to happen or not? Again, I'm rooting for it. I hope it happens. I just really don't understand the pushback from either side. And I would hope if it does happen, it would be a sign of good faith with everyone. Can we drop the nonsense? Like, the nonsense never stops. I've never seen someone, break people's brains like Caitlin Clark, where people will just ignore what is painfully obvious, both from a basketball and a marketing standpoint. So count Robin Lundberg amongst the people that would like to see Caitlin Clark play in Unrivaled. Whether that happens is ultimately up to Caitlin Clark. And it's got to be more of a want than a need.